Welcome back, my friends and fellow gamers. I'm Wrath, and we're back into it. So, in our last episode, we went through and we were able to provide at least a majority of the air and resources that we needed. We were able to get some prep work done on doing some mining so that we can fully flesh out our resource supplies. But that left us with a little bit of do I have it's under 2 here. Let's go through and do our usual servicing walk around of the station to make sure that everything is in good working order. But I wanted to go ahead and start getting the resources we need to be able to expand the station, as well as make preparations for any additional adjustments. So nothing to repair there. Okay, so any repairs on this one look like they're going to be on the outside. Nothing there, but a little sparking here. Okay. So my goal today is going to be a command module and to get some basic electronic components so that I can make a scanner and so that we can do an effective mining run to handle the rest of our needs for basic resources. With that in mind, we're going to go ahead and put that away. Station looks like it is in full working order, so we should not have a problem leaving this behind. Now, of course, let me check here. Full, 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 and full. Okay. We do still have the issue of not having enough air for the ship, and that is definitely something that we are going to have to manage at some point here. What is the status? Okay, so we have something that needs some repairs here. Oh, there we go. Right there. It keeps doing that. It keeps banging something over there. Something on the outside. Okay. No, we're not going to worry too much about that right now, as we want to get things going here. Let's put that away. Now we do have pistol weapons only, so we're going to need to make a stop for military grade weaponry at some point. But for now, I'm just going to grab a pistol. And let's go put away the ammo in the main console here. Now, ideally, if we can get this station fully set up, we should be able to limit how much we need, but the amount of storage that you get with these is pretty darn excessive. Alright, let's go drop it all in there. Don't care how that actually lines up. It's kind of annoying, actually. Alright, and pack is mostly... That was... what is that? That's the jetpack fuel, so I can live without that. Alright, let's get out to the ship and get ourselves going. So, we have 2 stops. First one is going to be to Broken Marble, so that we can try and find a command module. And the second one is going to be to Burner. Because we need medical supplies, we need just generally a lot of additional equipment that we don't currently have. And burner is probably going to be our best bet for that. Plus, burner is, I believe, the area where the derelicts are most likely to contain the electronics components ones that we need. So we're going to go along that route. Okay, so go ahead and slip on in. Close everything up. And we're carrying an excessive amount of extra hacking tools, which I probably should have left behind, but I don't really have a good spot to do so. So we'll work on that later. Okay. So we've been cut free. So we're going to immediately lift ourselves up and away from the station. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a reverse thrust so we can see the station moving out from under us. And let's thrust to the side a little bit. Okay, there we go. Should see it popping out over there momentarily. Alright, let's go ahead and start tracking for a jump. So our target is going to be broken marble first. So, military scrapyard or the power section. Let's go for the military scrapyard, because I think that that will provide us with the best. Whoa, we're pretty low on fuel. Oh. Can't really do all that much. Ship is powered down. Wake up, you silly head. Shut the door off. I like these ships better than the original ship that they had, the Sarah, or there's been like a bunch of different names for it. The Mule, the Sarah. The reason I like it better is because the original storyline said that it was supposed to be, barely a barely even constituting an escape boat, and this definitely constitutes that slower, lower kind of craft. Okay, 13 seconds. There's the haven there, and then we're good. All right, and just enough time to make the jump. So with this going on, the first thing again that we're looking for is a military scrapyard, is in a military scrapyard, is a command module. That's primarily our first order of business, because without it we're going to find things very difficult. Not being able to secure your station is a very big deal. Now, we can technically put our station together without having a command module on it, and it doesn't negate it, but without that, the station itself is vulnerable, because you can only lock the doors from the inside. So like if I were to put something that capped off the other end of that module, the one that's open, if I were to cap it off so that you couldn't get in that way, and I were to lock the door and then shut it from the outside, I would be completely locked out of my station. I would have no way to get back in, and thus everything I had would be gone, or would be constructively gone. That's definitely not something that you want to have happen. Whereas, like with my ship here, I can have the doors permanently locked, and I don't need to worry about it because the locks don't detect me as a problem. Same with guns. If I want to put defensive weapons on my station, then I need to be able to have it identify me as a friendly. And that means I have to be registered as a command authority on the station. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's run a scan, see what we can see. Now, I don't really like these orbits because they run right through that debris field. Good news is that we caught it on the outward path, so it will be a while. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Alright, there's a lot of stuff around us. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, so the military scrapyard. I'm seeing a ship here, and that worries me. Because it means one of two things. Either somebody is actively here, or the station has guns, which is the more likely of the two. If the station has guns, then well, that's got damage. I'm not even going to. I'm not gonna risk it. What is the nearest thing here? Command section. All right, that is what we want. Oh. Overshooting everything here. Let's go ahead and minimize these. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and tag those and get ourselves within range. Gonna have to get some pretty decent speed going here. So we got a lot of distance to cover. So these command sections are what you're really looking for. Let's get in line with this here. So at 200 meters per second, at 37K, we're covering a pretty decent amount, a pretty good clip. That station back there, while I'd like to go and look at it and really dig into it, I have this sneaking suspicion that it's a death trap. And so I don't want to go after that. Now the power sections, I may want to go after one of those right after I get a command section here, because those likely are reactors. So we can grab both of those, pull them off, go over to burner, find the parts that we need, bring it all back to our station, And that might be a relatively good haul. I don't think we could really complain too much about coming back with a reactor and a station core, a command section, that we could control for ourselves. Looks like there's a secondary object in close proximity, because it's listing two different things. So hopefully we're not going to get bamboozled here. Now the glare from the star, though, is making it really hard to see. That, along with my color blindness, makes this very frustrating. Let's go ahead and start backing down our speed a little bit. Bring ourselves down to about 150. Alright, and recenter our nose on target. Okay, and there we go. We're just about recentered on target, so we should hit it almost. Okay, we are closing down between, so it should, yep, there we go. So now we should be tripping down to about 100 meters per second. Alright. So approach speed is good. Bring our alignment into position here. Okay. So once that gets down to 5, I think we're going to actually, when we get close to about 1 to 2 kilometers, I'm going to bring the speed down extensively, because we're going to be at a bit of a distance that I don't like all that much. That's when things can go disastrously wrong very quickly. I like this little ETA bar on the bottom because it gives you an idea of what approach speed is workable for the distance that you're at. So like right now it's telling me if you're at around 100 meters per second, you're good. But now I want to start slowing down because I know that that speed is going to be a little too much. So now we're dropping in really close. I'm going to start bringing it down even more. Alright, now we're going to re-angle towards the station here. And we are going to bring these back up. Okay. So now let's really start slowing things down here. Can't see anything with that sunlight. Bring our speed down. Alright, match. Let's go ahead and change our perspective on this thing. Alright, does it have a command module? That's what we're looking for. Without a command module, it's just garbage. It does not, which means that somebody may have already yanked the command module off of this. Let's see if there's anything of value here, though. Rather than just dumping it and getting out, let's see if we can find something. Alright, since we came all this way, let's go and take a look. while we're here, we'll keep an eye out for any components that we could need. So, eyes alert. There's a medical. We'll take that. Even though we don't have any room for it. I wish that we could just toss that up in here, but I don't think we can. We put it in there. Nope. We put one of these in there. Nope. Okay. Alright, well, we'll hang on to it nonetheless. See what else we got here. Okay, some more ammo. We'll take those. Medical we can at least stow on the ship if we have time. That's a find right there. We'll take that. Warp core detonator will allow us to get out among the other planets and get much greater warp distances. 2 of them. Excellent. We'll take you there. Singularity detonators. 3. Yeah, these are definitely. Let's check this container here. Another pistol. Don't really need pistols, but I will take those singularity cell detonators in a heartbeat. All right, let's go look for what we need here. That's another pistol. We don't really need any more pistols. I know that there are 2 different types of pistols, but in all honesty, they're not really all that worth that much to me right now because I can't do anything with them. There's not enough people to use them on. I can't use that right now because I've got my inventory full. Oh, a warp cell. I'll take that. And then let's come down here. Oh, looks like 2 more warp cells. So we'll take these as well. Warp cell 1, warp cell... Oop, missed that one. Uh-oh. All out. Drop that. Take the warp cell. Another singularity detonator. All in all, that's a good quick raid. Let's go ahead and get out of here and see if we can find any other possible structures to go after. Now, if we're going to go to another planet to look around there, we have to sort our air issue out. So let's put that away. Okay. So we have to get ourselves squared away. Okay. Okay. Let's put that in there. Alright, so there is another ship at 15.4 kilometers back that way, which I think is somebody else. Yeah, I would say that that's probably somebody else. Let's go ahead and change our emblem. Okay. Alright, so we are the Ravenclaw. See if there are any other... Does not look like there are any other command sections. So I'm going to go ahead and abandon looking for a command module right now. And instead we're going to go ahead and take our leave of this section and go to burner. Now, rather than go on one of these two, burner is a little bit of a mess because that tiny little planet has got some of the most brutal orbital conditions around. So we're gonna warp to there. Going to reduce there. Initialize. And hopefully I'm not lined up with the thing that I just abandoned. No, I didn't. Okay. Alrighty. I think that we're going to have to put ourselves into a nice little orbit around burner and try to find something through scanning, because I don't want to get on the orbits of the two objects that are there because they're crap. But we need the components so that we can get the raw resources. So it's going to come down to the electricals. The stuff that we do have now, though, I'm going to go ahead and put some of this, store some of this stuff away. The stuff that we have now is actually really good, because that means that we've got plenty of warp cells that we can make use of. Although, ideally, once I've got the ability to get the resources that I need, these are not going to be as necessary. Let's put these over here for now. But the warp detonators will allow us to achieve a much higher warp, which will allow us to go faster for the same amount of fuel, I think. But either way, I want the electronic components, the circuits, so that I can manufacture a scanner, so we can go out and mine up the nitrates and stuff that we need to fill up our ship with air and our station with air, and then we can start doing things like building the necessary parts that we need for like a long range, a long range run, so we can go to like an Aether or something like that and start looking for. Okay. Alright, so we're in orbit. We're outside of the dust cloud. So I can remove that custom orbit and we can scan. Now, burner's small enough that I should be able to see what's all there. Okay. There are a couple of different things. That's somebody's base on a massive orbit. That's me. Alright, let's see here. Life support section. Civilian ruins. Habitat. What have you got? You've got life support. Civilian scrapyard. Alright, so we've got habitat and life support sections. Got some ships that are moving past my range. What is the orbit time on one of these? Orbit period, 8 minutes. That is not a lot of time. I'm not gonna lie. So, a life support unit. The problem is these super ultra low orbits that they have. Once they go through that field there, it gets really rough really fast. So I'm gonna wait, because I want to catch them on the outside loop. So like this guy is the one that I'm going to target. let's set that as our warp 2. Let's set our warp time to right around there. So let's say 2 minutes. Okay. Where does that put us? Okay. That works. Alright, so I've set us up for a burn that will actually take place a very long time from now, 4 minutes. And the reason for that is that, of course, I want the warp. Let me change the angle here so you can see. I want the warp to happen so that I catch this on its outward path. So it's going to come around the top here and it's going to come out the bottom. So rather than waiting for it to become a problem, the only problem is that I'm going to pass through this cloud on my warp. And that's going to be a little less than pleasant, but I have my repair tool, and so if anything goes bad, I can repair stuff. I'm going to get rid of a lot of these hacking tools in my inventory because I'm not really needing them right now. So I'm just going to get rid of these. So I can always come back and fill up on those. Alright. So now it becomes the waiting game. I am still burning oxygen while I'm sitting here waiting, so that's a bit of a problem, but it's not so big of a problem that I can't deal with it. It's just, you know, it's annoying to wait all this time. So we're watching our ship come around our orbit here. Let me run some additional scans here. See if I see anything else that's coming into... Yeah, see, like a bunch of people, their bases are close enough to the burner orbit that when I'm scanning, I'm catching part of their orbit. That's why it's not impossible for somebody to accidentally catch your station in a scan. So, like, you know, even though my station over there is really, really far out and on a really eccentric orbit, that doesn't mean people can't find it. Okay, and we have almost reached our warp position. This is going to be a super fast warp. It's going to be about like 15-20 seconds, I think. But these eccentric orbits that they have really terrify me, just because of the fact that there is such a good chance that they're gonna that if you're on it when it goes through there, that you're gonna take some serious damage. Because I don't know if they're close enough to take like atmospheric damage from the planet. I just know that the last time I was in that orbit, I had a rupture of the front of my ship, so I lost a lot of air and everything bleeding out the front of my ship, and I prefer not to be in space when something like that happens, like in my spacesuit, because that would be absolutely devastating. So we're gonna wait. And let's go ahead and alter us. Okay, we're into warp. Yep, 30-second jump. So you should, as we pass through the cloud, you should hear the like little plink, plink, plink of stuff bouncing off the hull. Okay, we actually did not hit anything. Alright. Life support section. Let's go ahead and get in on you. You're exactly what I'm after. Okay. Match. Nope, no match. Okay, match. Alright, so in order to do this as best as I can, I'm going to try and dock real quick and get in. So we've only got a few minutes to get in here and get out. Life support module. Okay, and bring her in. Let's line her up. Okay, and on. Okay. Let's get out and get to business here. First order of business is the exterior. Okay, start searching for those electrical components. Okay. There's one. Fried electronics. We'll take that. But don't bother going for the inside yet. We need the outside. Alright, so we're looking for that blue glow. There's another one. Oh, there's another item that might be refinable into electronic components, so we'll take it. So again, just pushing around looking for that telltale blue glow, and there's actually should be some of these on the bottom as well. Doesn't look like there's any there. No blue glow there. Alright, let's go ahead and check around this side. Okay, it does not look like any additional blue glows on this, but it's a good start. So let's go ahead and grab whatever else we can, and then get going while we can here. Objects of primary concern are medical. Because we don't need it anymore. Oh, there's another one of those hoops. Take it. Okay. There's another suit. I don't really care about the suits because we can make more of them, and it can be fairly cheap. But we can't get some of those electronic components for any reasonable price here, and hopefully these hoops have the ability to get those. Okay, a couple more warp cells, we'll take them just because. This is obviously where you go to get warp cells if you need them. See if there's any life support parts. Nope. Nothing in any of those. Okay. Ouch. Okay. Oh, what's that? Lava lamp. So a lot of these little... Ooh, nitrogen. Fire extinguishers for nitrogen, always. For the win. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to gather up any other spare parts that we can. Ah, come on. I told you to stabilize. Oh, we need that. Carbon filter for the ship. And more warp cells. Alright. How are we? We're full. So let's get back in the ship and get out. We've got what we need. We don't want to have anything more to do with this station. Okay. Popped it right in there. Oops. Okay. So we've gotten plenty of medical supplies to add to our collection. And let's get out. Okay. Oh, here we go. We're flying through the debris field. Ah. What's the ship's condition? That did some damage. Not gonna lie. Okay. Let's go ahead and separate. Push ourselves up and away. And let's get back to our base. I think we've got enough now that we can go ahead and take the time to home station. Warp 2. Seconds, 8. I always cut this way too short. 2, 1, perfect. Couldn't have asked for anything better. So now that we've gotten the supplies we need, we actually got a bonus there of being able to pick up medical supplies, which we were out of. So all in all, a very successful trip. Once we get back to the station, we're going to go ahead and start taking all of those things out and breaking them down. Again, the top priority item is the resource scanner and batteries for the drill, because those are the two things that I need to have in order to go mining, and I just don't have enough of while we're here. So That's the plan for all of those things, is to get a scanner. I've already got the drill. I've already got plenty of cans. And I need to get enough raw resources to go ahead and put together enough air to fill in the whole station. Alright, the whole station and the ship need to be completely pressurized in order for me to be in a good place to start looking at other things to do, going after command sections on other planets, and going after just general supplies, or building up any plan beyond what we currently have of just meeting our minimum problem needs. So again, we're coming back to the station here, and I don't know why those solar panels on the left-hand side there seem to just be really silly. I have to figure out what's going on with them, because they never seem to be working right. What is our air situation? Air situation is good. It will be better once we don't have to worry about dealing with those problems. So yeah, whenever you're going to burner, because of that orbit, because I do think that is dipping into the burner's atmosphere, it does cause huge problems. I mean, like, it took 10% of my ship's health off, just without so much as a how do you do. Just straight screwed us over. So if you're gonna go grab parts from burner, be super careful. Now let's go ahead and null that off. Turn to 3, and we want the airlock module anchor. We want to turn to our right. Off just a little bit here, and we'll slow that down. Okay, and that was actually a pretty smooth approach. I'm definitely getting back into the hang of flying these ships around, so I'm feeling the love here. Oh, wait, stabilize that, thank you. Alright, so time for us to go ahead and start pulling everything apart. Now, that fuel cell is pretty much shot. I'm going to go ahead and add our bonus item there. And how much was in these? 40%, 30%. Not great, but we'll work with it. Alright, let's go take a look here. Let's move all of our items inside and start processing them. The thing I do miss about getting the Saras is being able to lock down your station simply by docking. Because you could, the Saras had an actual docking collar. So you could dock it to your, you could make it so the airlock was the only way in, and then you could dock it to your ship, and that would effectively close off any entrance to your station. And it was a good security measure when you didn't have a command module, because you could at least ensure that nobody could get in. But with that no longer being the case, early game here, your station is very, very vulnerable. So So let's get in here and let's see how many of these circuits we end up with, because that's going to be the defining factor on everything that we do here. So first things first, let's take these decorative items, because I don't really care for them, and that gets me nothing, so you can go away. I don't care about the decorative, so let's send the other one out the airlock as well. Okay, can we... Oh, it gets me an alloy. Well, I'll take it. So, pretty much all the decorative items are mostly worthless. So that's a note for the future. They used to be that some of them were actually worth quite a bit. Lava lamp. Nope, you just get jettisoned as well. Okay, I don't really care about you, so you can get tossed for all I care. I only grabbed them because on the vain hope that they maybe, and that only gets me one circuit. So gonna do a lot. You're gonna end up doing a lot of surfing in Burner for what is going to be a hard commodity to get, which is as it should be. The circuits are the stopgap that prevents you from getting all manner of items. So fabricator, dump the alloys in there because we need them. Dump the circuits in there. So the thing that we need, first things first, is this guy. And we do not have enough alloys. So let's go throw something that's worth some alloys in there. 20%, 15%. Alright, let's toss this 15% jobby in there. Okay, that will do. I hate to waste a warp cell, but it's better than nothing. Okay. Toss these into the fabricator. Alright, so this at least gives us enough to craft the scanner, so that once we're done with everything else, take my helmet off so I'm not wasting air. Once we're done with everything else and we've got enough batteries, we will be able to go mining and not waste a material grab on the wrong resource. There we go. Let's take you off of there and put you there. That's going to be the big ticket item now for this whole process. Let's go ahead and start seeing how much more air we can put together. Toss that over there. Okay, so we're also pretty low on helium-3, and hydrogen we're all right on. Okay. A little more nitrogen will get us some basics. And then we're just going to toss these guys in here. Doesn't get us much, but it will do. Okay. Alright, so I have a fair number of... So I need a power pack for each 2 of these. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we need at least 4 batteries, and I do not have any as far as I'm aware. I think I might have one. I have 1 battery. So I need 4 more. Just to feel safe, I need 4 more. So what is that going to look like? 4 batteries. That's 40 alloys, which it's going to not be cheap. And that's going to be 20 hydrogen. So 10 more there. Alright, so that would be enough for 4 more of those. We need... let's see here. So we need 40 alloys, and we've got plenty of those, so we need to go find the components for... Let's refill our cans here. So I think we're going to go to the Bether station, and we're going to go look for the derelicts and start grabbing up all of the components that we need from there, which are going to be those big, long, I-beam looking parts. That's what we're going to go after. And they'll be slammed into the outside sections of the station. Let's get to it. Oh wait, we need to refill the... Ouch. Need to refill our pack. Okay. So that's going to be the end of this episode, and I'm off camera. I'm going to go ahead and gather up the raw resources that I need to make the additional batteries, and then we're going to go ahead and push forward with getting ourselves squared away so that we can focus on the missions over here and redoing this mission so that we can go and see what is next to be done. And until next time, I'm Wrath. I hope that you've enjoyed. Please leave a comment. I really, really like your comments, and I will definitely respond to them. And, subscribe if you haven't already. I am trying to put together a list of subscribers. If you want to be a part of that, let me know, so that I can, once I've get into some of these other games, if naming things after subscribers, like in my XCOM series and my if I do a game in Stellaris or something, I really like to put you into the game with me so that you can be a part of the story. But until next time, I'm Wrath. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will catch you on the flip side.